Hi. So, how many of you know the hamster plastic balls? You know, the big plastic bubbles where you get into one and you start rolling and you're happy and having fun. And once you're in there, you feel protected from anything that's outside and you think everything's going to be perfectly content. Well, here's a picture of the very first time I tried one of those. Obviously not what I was quite expecting. I went in with my sisters, and as we were rolling, I fell through the hole, and they kept going, and no matter what I told them to stop, the more they rolled, the higher and higher I got, until I was hanging by my arms and had to call for help to get down. But aside from the embarrassing moment, this is the image of a message I'd like to share with you today. Every once in a while, step outside of your bubble. Try something new. Take calculated risks. My name is Alison Mendoza, and this is my senior sing. If you had gotten to know my younger self, you probably would have found a very clear comfort zone. Bangs, purple, and Spanish. Yes, I was a person who loved to read out loud in class and be a team leader, but I only did so in the environment I was comfortable in. When I was in 5th grade, I was taken out of that bubble. I can't say willingly, Mom and Dad, but ended up in a place called Maine. Yes, -3-degree weather, constant snowstorms. Not quite Canada, but close enough. And obviously the aftermath of it, sending your little sister to do the dirty work before school starts, and lobster festivals way too often. So when I got here, I began to change. Most of us only know the world we are born into, not the world from a different perspective. And I now hated reading out loud in class because of stares and murmurs about my accent. I started questioning the color of my skin because I was darker than everybody else around me. I had a boy ask me if we did have TV back in my home country, and I was surprised that not everybody ate dinner at 3 p.m. But with change, there's also good. And sometimes you only have to look at the little things to see that the adventure you're taking is worth it. For me, it was the ocean. Every day on my commute to school, I drove past the Atlantic Ocean. It was beautiful, it felt like magic, and the way the sun rose every morning reminded me that every day was a new day. So I realized that to make the most of Maine, I had to do 2 things. One was enjoy being outside of that comfort zone, and 2 was redefine the meaning of success. And as I began to do this, I was able to make true friends. I was able to enjoy the beauty of New England and find a new home. And then, 2 years ago, I was presented with the opportunity to leave my now Maine bubble again and go to a different place, this time Pittsburgh, and specifically Shady Side. And if in Maine I learned how to be happy outside of my bubble, it was here at school that I learned how to redefine the meaning of success. I know oftentimes too many of us think it as getting the best grades, being number 1 in the field, having the most friends. I know I did so for a long time. But Shady Side taught me that it's also much more about the process than just the end goal. In a different way, I could do and try things I had never done before here. I could join speech and debate when I thought that was only a club you see in movies. I switched instruments senior year to play something I had never considered before. I played squash when I barely knew what the sport even was. And of course, this did not guarantee success in the usual terms we think of it, but it made my high school experience much, much more valuable. Shady Side taught me that we often fail. Everybody does at some point, but that you need to learn how to be comfortable with that and how to get back up after it. In this way, I was able to make new friends and mentors, and in a different way, venture into the unknown. And I'm not suggesting that you pack up your bags and move to a different country tomorrow. But if you'd like to do this, start with the little things. As I said before, the little things are what count. Try listening to a new style of music. Talk to the person you've never talked to before. Apply for the job you've always wanted. Change up your order at Chipotle. And in this way, you can go outside of your comfort zone and learn something new, grow as a person. Keep doing what you like to do and be the person who you are, but be willing to take calculated risks to get to know different things. For the underclassmen, I know it feels like you have forever until you leave Shady Side, but it goes by in the blink of an eye. So I recommend to take advantage of as much as you can right now. Try something new. Know that you have a community here that is willing to support that. Don't be scared to go outside of the norm, be different, be unique, stand for what you believe in. And I can guarantee that you'll find something you have never thought about before. And for my senior class, who is leaving with me this year, basically we're getting pushed out of our bubble, even if we're not ready yet. Don't be scared to try different things, to change up what you're usually accustomed to, but at the same time, know that you don't have to change who you are. You can be outside of that bubble and be the same person. Remember that when you do step out of it, it might not always be like the expectations. There might be embarrassing moments. The plastic bubble might seem overwhelming. You might need to call for help. But at the end, you'll be glad you dared to do it. Thank you.